YouTube is one of the most powerful, under-leveraged sales channels in the world, and most companies are doing it completely wrong. So this video isn't about generating subscribers or measly AdSense revenue. Instead, I'm going to show you how to turn your channel into a sales system that runs 24/7, just as we've done for hundreds of other businesses just like yours. So here's what you're going to get out of this video. 1, we're going to understand why YouTube is the most valuable marketing channel for your business. 2, the strategic approach to attract your exact target customer with YouTube. 3, how to come up with video ideas for that audience. And 4, how to move viewers through your funnel from first impression to conversion. And 5, how to structure videos to keep viewer attention and convert. And 6, a bonus, how to set up YouTube specific attribution to see what content is actually deriving ROI. So let's start by understanding the value of YouTube for your business. So first, it's a huge trust and credibility accelerator. So hearing your voice, putting a face to your brand, and seeing your expertise, it builds trust that a blog or social post just never will, especially when you're able to give real value and help solve real challenges. Second, it shortened the sales cycle. So when someone watches 3 or 4 of your videos, they've already spent time with you. So we skip basic education and we move straight into fit, scope, and timeline. And that cuts time to close and increases conversion rates because the buyer, they're already warmed up. And third, YouTube videos are evergreen. They're long form, educational, how-to content that can keep working for you long after you hit publish. And you can even refresh titles or thumbnails when performance dips, and the video can continue to bring in the right viewers without starting from zero. And fourth, it generates leads on autopilot. So while you sleep, someone watches a few of your videos, they grab your free resource, they book a call, land in your inbox with context already provided. And so the funnel runs around the clock across time zones. So when you look at it all together, YouTube isn't just another platform. It's a long-term growth engine for your business when done right. And now that we understand why YouTube matters, let's talk about what a single view can actually be worth to your business. So to do that, you first need to understand that a view for a creator versus a view for a business are two very different things. So the average creator monetizes through AdSense and sponsors, and that model, it rewards volume. So if a creator gets 1 million views at a $10 CPM, that's roughly $10,000, about 1 cent per view. So as you can see, this strategy, it requires massive views to see any real financial gain. But a business channel is playing a different game. We're not chasing mass views, we're attracting viewers from people who are actually buy something from us. So even if we use conservative close rates, one video can be worth a lot of revenue to a business. Okay, and let's take a business, a SaaS, for example. So that 10,000 views at a 1.5% click-through rate, 150 people, it's 20% opt-in. So 30 of those people opt in at a 10% close. That's 3 customers with a $2,000 average customer value. That's $6,000 from one video and could be worth as much as 60 cents per view. That's 60 times what a creator view is worth. Now let's take a business, a financial firm, 10,000 views, 1% click-through rate. It's 100 people, 25% of those book a call. It's 25 people, 20% of those become clients, so 5 of them. That's at a $3,000 average fee. That's $15,000 from one video, or $1.50 per view. It equals 150 times a creator view. And this is why we optimize for views from the right people and not just the most people. So we're building a channel with the goal of generating leads and sales. So if we're optimizing for views that actually drive business results, the next question is going to be, well, who are those views coming from? Because not all attention is created equal, and that's where focus comes in. Your video shouldn't be for everyone. They should feel like they're speaking directly to one person's problem. And when your audience focus is crystal clear, 3 things are going to happen. So 1, the algorithm knows who to serve your videos to. 2, your audience feels instantly seen and understood. And 3, your content compounds. So each video is going to reinforce the next. But hold up a sec, there is a caveat to this, and there's a case for going wider with your audience. But if you do it too early without a plan, it can destroy your channel growth. So the play here is to create videos in your subject matter that leans more towards entertaining than educational. And these are often tied to trends or current events. And these videos, they can pull bigger views, many of which won't be from your target audience. But with more overall viewership, your target audience will also have these videos surfaced to them because the platform pushes videos that perform well. So in this scenario, you're becoming a popular figure in your space. You're building credibility and getting exposure far beyond just your target audience. So a great example of this is Legal Eagle. He breaks down trending legal topics like high-profile cases and viral lawsuits. His reach is huge. But most viewers are not his target audience that will actually buy his services. But because his videos garner so much viewership, they're also more likely to be surfaced to more of his potential customers. So here's my rule of thumb. Start narrow and then to build traction. Then once your base audience is established, start testing broader or trend-based videos that still align with your expertise. But before you can do all of that effectively, you're going to need to find exactly who your content is for your target audience. When you first start thinking about who your target audience on YouTube is, you can use this simple structure. So we help who with problem so they can get the desired outcome. So let's use a financial advisory firm as an example. So their target might be, we help business owners in their 40s and 50s who are overwhelmed by taxes and cash flow so they can retire earlier. That single line now tells you everything about who your video should be for and who they're not for. You need to serve this audience and help them with their problems and demonstrate your expertise in the process. So when you dial in your audience, this precisely everything gets easier. So your ideas, your titles, your thumbnails, your calls to action, every piece of content starts pulling for the same direction. And that's how you're able to stop guessing and start building a channel that consistently attracts the right people. And once you've locked in who you're talking to, that is the next step about knowing what to talk to them about. So we want to identify your target audience's pain points. That starts with pain. So your video topics, titles, and hooks, they need to tie directly back to your audience's pain points and the outcomes that they're looking for. So don't ask yourself, what do I want to teach? Ask, what are my customers frustrated about? What are they ChatGPTing in a moment of pain? What are they confused about? So start with pinpointing those frustrations that cost your customers time, money, or even peace of mind. Some examples: one, for a financial firm, I'm paying too much tax as a business owner. Or for SaaS, I'm spending way too much time on code review. So these are the exact moments that people go searching for solutions, and that's where your content needs to meet them. So once you write out those frustrations, they become your video topics. They help your audience learn and work through challenges and get to solution. So let's just revisit our pain point examples again. Let's now reframe them into video ideas. So for that financial firm, I'm paying too much tax as a business owner. That search query might be reducing taxes as a business owner on Google or YouTube. And then that video idea, top tax reduction strategies every business owner should know. For SaaS, the problem, we're spending way too much time on code review. Search query, how to automate code review. So for the video idea, how to automate code review and testing with GitHub Copilot, which is a client of ours. So you can see how in each example, the video becomes a direct bridge from pain to solution. And that's the goal, to position every video as a bridge between your audience's biggest pain and the solutions that you provide. Another way that we identify video topics is just by using the YouTube search bar. So YouTube is going to tell you what your audience wants if you know where to look. So start typing your topic into the search bar and look at the autocomplete suggestions. So these phrases are pulled from real user behavior, and it shows what people are actually searching for right now. So we want to pay specific attention to long tail searches, like in this case, for how to use YouTube to generate sales, or problem first phrases like YouTube channel is not growing. So each one of those reveals audience intent, and it gives you ready to make video ideas that your ideal viewers are already looking for. Reddit, Facebook groups, LinkedIn posts, and even YouTube comment sections are also gold mines for finding content ideas. So go where your audience is already hanging out and search your core keywords. We can look for frustration, myths, or bad advice that people argue about. And by doing this, you're not guessing what to talk to them about. You're getting it straight from what customers are actually asking about. And then once you've gathered information on what your target audience is looking for, then we can use AI to expand on it. So you can feed your audience pain points or a few search terms and prompt it to brainstorm for you. Like, give me 20 video ideas based on these customer frustrations. Then we can filter for relevance, search intent, and alignment with what you offer. And AI is not going to replace your content strategy, but it absolutely can help you with finding ideas. And now that the ideas are flowing, the next step is the guiding viewers through each stage of the customer journey, from awareness to decision. And that's how you turn views into customers. Because viewers don't buy in one step, they move through stages. But when your channel covers each stage, people can go from problem to solution to action without ever leaving YouTube. So let's walk through what this actually looks like, starting with awareness. So we want to begin by calling out the problem. For example, why your retirement plan isn't as secure as you think. So this video, it sparks curiosity and emotion, fear, uncertainty, risk, without really pitching anything. It's a broad, high-level topic that appeals to a wide audience, especially those who haven't yet realized they might need professional help. So you're building trust and awareness. You're not selling yet, just making people aware that there's a problem worth solving. Then we can move to consideration. So continuing with our financial example, once viewers understand there's a potential issue with their retirement plan, they start comparing options. And that's where a video like index funds versus real estate, what's better for long-term wealth, comes in. So at this stage, viewers are looking for direction. They're aware of the problem and they want help deciding what the best path forward is. So this type of content, it helps them evaluate different approaches while you naturally position yourself as the knowledgeable and trustworthy guide. And you're still not selling yet. You're helping them make sense of their choices, which builds credibility and makes them more likely to choose you when they are ready to act. By this point, your viewer trusts you, so they understand their problem, they've explored different solutions, and now they want to know, well, how do you help people like them? And this is where a video like our 3-step retirement planning process comes in. So it's not about convincing, it's about showing. You're walking potential customers through your process. You give them a clear picture of what's working together looks like, and you're removing any unknowns that might hold them back. So decision stage videos are all about clarity, and the goal is to make the next step, like booking a call, signing up, getting started, feel easy and obvious. So when you get this process right and create videos for each stage, viewers won't just stop at one video, they'll keep coming back, and that's exactly what you want. Each additional video a viewer watches will deepen trust, it'll strengthen recall, and increase buying intent. It's kind of like the digital version of multiple touch points in a sales process, except it's happening on autopilot. So someone who's watched 2 to 4 of your videos often arrives to sales call pre-sold. They already know your approach, understand your value, and are far more likely to convert. And that shortens the time to close and increases conversion rates significantly. And it's not just about the human sides, there's obviously the YouTube platform advantage too. When a viewer finishes one video and immediately starts another, YouTube recognizes that behavior as a strong signal of satisfaction. So the algorithm learns who your ideal viewers are, and they start to surface your content to more people like them. And that's how you build momentum on YouTube. Every view compounds and reinforces your authority, and your channel becomes a system that continues to build trust and generates leads. Okay, so now that we've mapped the viewer journey, let's get into the actual platform features you can use to help move viewers from one stage to the next. And this is where your strategy meets the execution. So let's start with end screens. So we want to suggest the next logical video based on where the viewer is in their journey. So if they just watch an awareness piece, we want to lead them naturally to a consideration topic. And playlists. So use playlists to organize your funnel's content. We can put your decision videos first in the playlist, followed by an awareness and consideration. And this setup will help you drive more watch time and increase the chances that new viewers follow your path and actually make it to your most conversion focused content. And pin comments. So pin comments, they link the next video along with a call to action like booking a call, downloading a resource, or joining your email list. Then the description. So in your description, you can use the first 2 lines to highlight the next recommended video and a related resource. It's prime real estate that helps both viewers and YouTube understand what should naturally come next. And finally, use your videos to reference previous videos. For example, in my previous video, we looked at how to avoid common mistakes, linked below. Now let's talk about what to do instead. This creates continuity, it piques curiosity for those who didn't see that video yet, and it does reward binge behavior. So when you use these features intentionally, your channel stops being a collection of one-off videos and becomes a guided experience that builds trust and momentum. And now that the viewer journey is in place, the next step is structuring each video to hold attention and drive action. Because even the best strategy won't work if your videos can't hold attention. So what goes into a winning video structure? It starts with nailing the first 15 seconds of your video. Those first seconds decide whether someone keeps watching or they're going to click away. You want to lead with a pain or desire that your audience immediately connects with, something that makes them think, hey, that's me. So take what we did in this video, for example. I said, YouTube is one of the most powerful, under-leveraged sales channels in the world, and most companies are doing it completely wrong. Then establish credibility fast, just as we've done for hundreds of other businesses just like yours. And finally, promise the results. Instead, I'm going to show you how to turn your channel into a sales system that runs 24/7. So you can see that we played with the order here, but the key pieces are all there. That combination of pain, proof, and promise, it does create instant relevance and trust. And next, we can use stories to share lessons and examples that show your expertise in action. Stories are what turn information into belief. So data alone, it educates, but stories, they make people care. So example, one of our SaaS clients had a gap in their content strategy and they were underserving a key audience demo. When we fixed that, their views tripled and that series became their highest performing content on the channel. True story. Moments like this, it helps prove your strategies work and help your audience see themselves in the story. You're showing what's possible without it being so direct about it. And while you're doing this, you want to keep your tone relaxed and approachable instead of pushing advice. And you can invite people in with language like, here's what's worked for us, and you can swipe it with a lead magnet. Nothing builds trust faster than proof of what you're actually teaching works. So show the results your audience wants to see, whether it's testimonials, quotes, screenshots, or real world stories from your clients. An example for us would be at the Nova Center, a clinic we worked with, customers would consistently walk in saying, I watched all your videos and that's why I'm here. Another true story. So moments like that, they do the selling for you. They show viewers that your process works in the real world, not just in theory. And the more you can integrate these as signals of proof throughout your videos, the easier it becomes for new viewers to believe you and take the next steps with you. And then finally, your call to action. It's where your interest turns into opportunity. So every video should have a clear next step that matches the pain point you addressed. Offer something genuinely useful, like a checklist, a calculator, a webinar, or a discovery call that helps move the viewer forward. And if you don't have that, recommend people to another video. Want to mention your CTA early, ideally within the first 90 seconds, then again around the halfway point, and once more at the end. Keep them short, but most people never finish a video, so if your only ask is at the end, you're going to miss more than half of your potential leads. And when your CTA is relevant, it's repeated and easy to act on, it's going to stop feeling like a sales pitch and start feeling like a natural next step. That's how you turn engagement into measurable results. And speaking of measurable results, let's hit the bonus we promised earlier and look at one of the most overlooked parts of YouTube strategy: attribution. One of the biggest mistakes that most businesses make on YouTube is they don't track what's actually working. So they'll post videos, see views coming in, but don't really have any idea what content is actually driving real leads and sales. So we have a couple options here. So to fix this, we can start by creating YouTube only landing pages so you can isolate and measure traffic that comes directly from your videos. We can add UTM parameters to every link in your description, pinned comments, and call to actions that let you see exactly which video, title, or campaign generated the click in your analytics. And finally, don't underestimate the effectiveness of a simple feedback loop, such as a simple, how did you hear about us, added onto your intakes form. So this already gives you valuable information that you can push directly into your CRM. And it is one of the easiest ways to connect YouTube to real customers. Because here's the truth. You can't scale what you can't track. If you're just hoping your content is working, you're going to be leaving thousands on the table. So now you know how to turn YouTube into a true sales machine, one that builds trust, generates leads, and drives real revenue for your business. So if you want help applying this framework to your own channel, book a discovery call with our team to get started, and we'll take a look at your strategy, your content, and your analytics, and we'll build a plan to turn your YouTube presence into an engine for growth. Thank you for watching.